Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, this is what I've been cooking up. One of the many things I've been cooking up. This is going to be the title of my book. It's called The Greatest Love Story. It's about everything. It's about how I was not prioritizing self-care. So in my book, I will talk a lot about my self-care practices and what brought me to my knees to just sit still, and why I discovered why I need to breathe every time I rise. Why do I need to meditate? Why do I need to do yoga? This is what I call my SPs, my spiritual practices. So my journey into self-care, I developed a spiritual practice or spiritual practices and even rituals to really get closer to me, and it helped me heal. Now, I'm not talking about you scrape your wrist, you put a Band-Aid on it. I'm not saying you break your arm, you go to the doctor for it. I'm talking about wounds that most people cannot see, but they can hear, that they can feel, and they can see with their third eye. And through my relationships, because if you're relating, that's a relationship. So my relationships, I just say with women, my relationships with women were my greatest mirrors to what was hurting me. So my relationships were the mirrors that revealed what was hurting me, because I was traumatized, right? I had trauma. Let's put trauma. Childhood trauma. Excuse my writing. I know it's important. Presentation is everything. But my childhood trauma followed me like a trail, like a chemtrail, like smoke, like a moth to light, like a bee to honey. It followed me everywhere, every stage of my life, until I had no other choice to confront it, to learn from it, to listen to it. And that listening part, and I'm skipping a lot because I'm not going to tell you my whole story now, come on. But I had to listen. I had to listen to my pain, right? Shout out to Kevin Hart. And when I started to question, and this is the ear, I started to question and listen. I started to listen to my heart. I started to listen to when I'm arguing. I had an argument in my most recent relationship, and I'm arguing, and I hear myself yelling. And when I heard myself yelling, I was like, man, that's me? I sound like that. I sound like that cat that, that needs some love in his life, that needs like a hug. I thought I had it all together, but when I started to listen with my ear and listen with my heart, I desired, like going to an AA meeting, I had to first acknowledge that I had an issue, I had a problem. So that listening brought an acknowledgement. I had to acknowledge I had a problem. And through acknowledgement, it was basically a conviction. You can call it my journey, my start of my journey. It was an epiphany that I got some work to do. But the work that I was confined in my relationship, I still could not reach the limits of how I needed to heal because I was still arguing. And also, money is a form of energy. The money was not coming in. Relationships that I had were suffering. So when I started to really embrace not coping through drugs, sex, going to bars, sports, video games, traveling, buying yourself stuff, or being overworked, when I realized what was going on, I had no choice but to sit still and develop my self-care practices. What self-care practices? Phil? Breath work, fasting, forms of detoxing, mirror working. Mirror work, some people call it shadow work. Writing down things that you are finally able to stabilize memories or thoughts of people without getting frustrated. And I would have a ritual, pray about it, release it, burn it. It's different things that's out here for your subconscious, for your energetic body to release. And that's another thing. When we're yelling, we're not properly breathing, so air is not getting up there. So that's why we're yelling. That's why we're so easily phased. We go from 0 to 100. But my book is about the greatest love, which is how I was not loving me, how I was not loving Phil, how I was not really into my practices of prioritizing myself, my purpose as a man. So my book is about healing as a man. I think it's really important for we as men that we can heal so we can lead healthier, raise our families, show up for our community, forgive ourselves. So I had a lot of forgiving to do, but I'm so happy that I'm here now. And today is the day that I'm here to work on myself every day, and it's a beautiful journey. Peace.